Good day and welcome to Spotlight, the periodic news and information show on Channel 977 and up on YouTube at Lake Monticello Owners Association about people and events of interest to Lake Monticello. Today, as we continue to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Lake Monticello's fire department, where the spotlight falls upon Fire Chief Rich Constantino. Rich, nice to have you with us. Congratulations on behalf of all of us to all of you in the fire department for marvelous service, not only to Lake Monticello, but as we'll talk about a little later, to the surrounding territory. So tell us a little bit, if you would, about where you were born, raised, educated, grew up, and grew into all these stripes that you've got on your sleeve.
Thank you, Ron. It's good seeing you again. It's been a while. Yeah, I was born and raised in the Bronx, New York City. My family moved from the Bronx to Westchester County, where I attended high school and college. I joined the volunteer fire department in Elmsford, New York, which is right outside White Plains, city of White Plains. And I joined the fire department in 1972 and rose through the ranks, lieutenant, captain, chiefs, and I was the chief of the department in 1982. I became chief of the department in 1982.
You were also with the police department, were you?
Yes, I retired. That was my career. I had a very active life. Volunteer fire department I've been doing for 53 years. But in my career, I'm a retired homicide detective supervisor. And I also, one of my side jobs is I worked in charge of the Westchester County Arson Task Force, where I had 30 investigators assigned to me to do all the origin and cause investigations in the county of Westchester, which is about 1 million people. And then I was also a musician.
Hey, how about that?
Yeah.
This is okay. Tell us about that.
No, I started playing when I was 8 years old in school. My teacher who got me into it was a gentleman called Milton Williams, and it just so happens his daughter was Miss America.
Oh, for him.
Vanessa Williams was his daughter,
yeah.
And he gave me lessons for 15 years, and I continued it, and I did it professionally.
Oh, great. So then, how and when did you find dear old Lake Monticello?
When my in-laws were retiring, they went all over the eastern seaboard looking for a place to retire to, and they found Lake Monticello, and they moved. And the first time we came to visit them, we came in the main gate, obviously, and driving on Jefferson Drive and going over the main dam. I looked at it and I said, "Wow, Marie," my wife Marie. I said, "This place is beautiful. We should, maybe buy a piece of property." She goes, "For what?" I go, "They're not making any more dirt. And you don't know what the future is going to bring." So, and we did. We bought a piece of property, and before I retired, we built a house and we moved here.
Yeah. Here a lot of stories very similar to that.
Yeah.
over the years. People, in-laws or somebody came down to visit and they took a look and sort of said, "Well, wow, oh." Say, when our fire department was first formed, I understand it responded to about 30 calls a year. Now, of course, the lake was far from built out at that point, but how many did you handle this past year?
This past year, we respond to just about 1,000 calls.
Yeah, wow.
Not only do we do fire calls, though, we also do some EMS as well, emergency medical. We assist the rescue squad.
Right. Yeah. I see that accompanying the rescue van going out. Tell us about the staffing and how that's arranged, if you would.
Obviously, we're all volunteers here, and currently we have, I guess, 71 members, all walks of life, like like everybody, like us. Somewhere else, we're fortunate in that we have 18 members who are also career firefighters. in other jurisdictions, Charlottesville, Albemarle, Henrico, and they choose to volunteer here with us on their off-duty hours, which is fantastic.
That's great.
Because you have, career firefighters trained just as better than, well, we get the same training. And it's a great asset to have those people as well.
Right. I was going to ask about that. There are a lot of people from outside the lake.
Yes, we have people outside the lake. We have about, I guess, a dozen or so ladies, women firefighters. And again, like I said, from all walks of life.
Is the fire station the fire station staffed with a duty crew as the rescue squad is?
We staff duty crews in the evening.
Oh, you do?
Yes, we staff duty crews in the evening, but during the daytime, we have a lot of firefighters that are retired or off-duty firefighters. I'm here 7 days a week, so there's always somebody in the firehouse.
Okay, but for the rest of the crew, or as happens, as I know, need for more than one crew at a time sometimes. How does that work out? You called it, you're toned out, is it? You're at home, you got a pager?
Exactly true. We get toned out. Every firefighter has a pager, and we also have what they call Active 911, which is this app on our telephones that when Fluvanna County Dispatch puts out an alarm for us or anybody in the county, it activates our telephones as well. Gives us all the information of the call, where and what's involved, and that's how we respond.
How is the department funded?
We're all 5013C. We're not part of the county technically. We're a separate organization from the county. The other three county fire companies get funding, 100% funding from the county. We don't. We only get like 81% of our funding from the county. For our operational monies.
Yeah.
The rest of it for our buildings and what have you, we have to make up the shortfall. And that's why we have bingo. Bingo's back again, just started.
Okay.
And we have our numerous fundraisings throughout the year to try to make that offset so we can meet our expenses.
All right. What is the budget for the year?
Fire department budget?
Yeah.
I believe my last year's budget, with the one we're working under now, was $135,000, but that's from soup to nuts.
That's
equipment.
Your operations budget.
Yeah, operational budget, repairs to the apparatus, which is a big part of my budget. The budget for repairs to apparatus is sometimes over $70,000 a year, $80,000 a year.
Oh boy!
Because we have a big department. We have 10 pieces of apparatus.
Yeah.
Because we do run so many calls.
Training's got to be an important part of it. Just tell us about that, if you would.
Training is the most important part of us, because that's how we learn. Okay, you have old timers like myself. We have all state-run classes. We're very fortunate here that Lake Monticello has 19 state-certified instructors. We teach all the classes in Fluvanna County.
Really?
Matter of fact, we have a firefighter 1 class going on right now with, I think, 13 or 14 students in it. And basically 98% of the instructors are from here. And we train as a department on a monthly basis. And the duty crews also train. So the fire trucks are constantly out, constantly training, and obviously just by the sheer numbers, we're out on alarms all the time as well.
On the operations side, could you talk about the various programs that the department runs?
We do a lot of public education. We go to the schools. We go to LMOA and do public events there. We also we started several years ago where we do a smoke detector program for all the residents of Lake Monticello and our first due area. So we're not just confined to our fire department's not just confined to the lake.
Yeah.
We have the outlining areas, which is our first due areas that we're the first department to respond to. Plus, we respond countywide. The truck behind me is brand new. We got that It was delivered to us November 1st, and that's the only ladder truck in the county.
That is a pricey piece of equipment.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
We signed a contract for that in 2022, and we took delivery of it in end of 24, and it cost $1.67 million.
Oh boy.
To replace it right now,
Wow.
with the way the costs have gone up, because we have to insure it, to replace it, it'd be $2.4 million to replace that truck as it sits now.
Let's hope that is on the road for some time, huh?
Well, as I said earlier in our conversations, we try to replace fire apparatus, the big vehicles every 20 years,
Yeah.
and the small vehicles every 10.
Yeah. Right. Okay. You mentioned going into the schools and various programs. Don't you have a youth firefighting group? Kids?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
We have a junior fire department as well, where we take youngsters from age 16 to 18 to teach them to learn the rope. They take the fire classes.
I started as a junior back at Stony Point back in '92.
Wowie. Whoa.
And so from there, I continued up and got hired with the city of Charlottesville in January of 2000. And I moved out here in '02 and started volunteering out here since '02.
Well, I was a junior member also, but I was with Lake of the Woods in Orange County.
Oh yeah.
And came through and started applying after I got out of military to local fire departments to try to get a job. And City of Charlottesville called me up and said, come on up. So been there since '94. I've been a firefighter since 1987.
Oh boy, you've been out
So,
a long time.
Yeah, and I retired in 2020.
They train with us. They do everything we do, obviously with a mentor. The only thing is they're not allowed to go into the building, burning buildings,
Yeah. Okay.
for obvious reasons. However, if they do take the Fire 1 class before they reach 18, then with their parents' permission, and they pass all the classes, Fire 1, Hazmat, and all the other things, then they can go into a burning building. And we've had that quite frequently. In fact, the last one we had that went to was our assistant chief's daughter.
Oh Lord.
She just started college, but she started as a junior.
So my dad was actually a career for almost 30 years. So I've always wanted to follow his footsteps. And living here in Lake Monticello, I realized that there was a volunteer fire department close by. So one day I asked my dad if I could try and join, and I came down here, picked up an application, and I was voted in as a junior member. I was 16, and then when I turned 18, I was then released as a firefighter. So that was about 2 years ago, and then I was able to complete Fire 1, and I'm going on from there doing more training.
And she was going into burning buildings when she was 17.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh, good for her. So yeah, you mentioned obviously cooperating and serving the other areas of the county, and not only. I know you work with is it?
The new county chief is a gentleman called Dwayne Mayo.
Okay.
But we also work with Palmyra, Fork Union, and Kent Store Fire Companies.
Yeah, and there's kind of the mutual aid business as necessary,
You
right?
could call it that, yeah. But again, we're officially not part of the county, but we are part of the county. So we
Yeah.
don't need a mutual aid agreement,
Well, yeah.
with
Okay.
MOU with the county.
Yeah. What other fire apparatus do we have?
We have 2 engines. One you saw parked outside. Another one's out being repaired. That's due to be replaced next year. We have a tanker, a 2,000-gallon tanker. We have a chief's car, a command car. We have a EMS fly car because we do EMS calls. We have a brush truck to handle the brush fires. And we have what we call a squad truck, which is a repurposed old brush truck that we use to augment the brush fires and to do extrications and rescues of that nature.
I see.
And then we also have a support pickup truck to carry personnel and equipment. We have a hazmat trailer. It's in the next door in the next bays to handle all the hazardous materials incidents that happen in the county. And we also have UTV. sport utility vehicle.
It's quite a fleet.
Yes.
It really, really is. And each firefighter's outfitted with a full set of bunker gear. What does all that cost?
Yeah, to outfit one, we call interior structural firefighter. A firefighter who actually goes into the burning buildings. At the last count, it costs us $14,500
Ooh.
to outfit one firefighter with the helmet, the hood, coat, pants, boots, a harness, a safety harness, a bailout
Whoa.
equipment, an SCBA, self-contained breathing apparatus, so they can breathe inside of a fire, and a portable radio, so we can communicate.
It shows basically in effect, what a complex organization, what a complex operation it really is.
Oh, it really is. I mean,
with
over the
all-
years, since I started back when, there's been a lot of improvements to firefighting equipment, especially, and the costs have kept up with the times. It's really it costs a lot to outfit a firefighter,
Yeah.
and that's why we train so much and devote so much time to it, is to have a well-trained firefighter, because we are, in essence, putting a lot of money into them to keep them safe.
Well, despite the fact you've got a lot of volunteers, and in fact, even some pros from outside, you're sort of always in need of volunteers, I would imagine. Would you talk about that?
Always, yeah. Our officer crew, we have 2 chiefs, a chief and assistant, 3 captains, 3 lieutenants, and out of the 8 officers, 4 of them are career firefighters.
Yeah.
Like I said before, my assistant is a career captain in Charlottesville, Brian Ray, and we have 18 career firefighters who volunteer here, which is unbelievable for us. It really is. I mean, I have an expression I say here when I have a fire, and I'm out there as the incident commander, and I see certain people walking down the street. I just go, oh, thank God, because I know these people, these firefighters, are going to go in there and they're going to do the job, and do the job very well. We're always looking for new people. It doesn't cost anybody to join. We'll train them.
Yeah, that's what, yeah, you go through, they go through, you start from soup to nuts on the training.
Right. And not everybody's meant to go into a burning building.
Right.
And that's what we tell people. I mean, if you want to join the fire department and you don't want to go into a burning building, well, there's a lot of other jobs you can do on the fire ground. And not everybody's whacked out as we are,
Yeah.
that relish going into a burning building.
Right.
But there's so many other jobs that have to be done. And you could join the fire department and do those jobs. We have drivers of the apparatus. There's a lot of training in that.
Sure.
We devote. No, nobody walks in here, jumps in, and starts driving the trucks.
I wouldn't think.
No, they have to go through emergency vehicle operators classes, and then they have to go out driving with the officers and show competency and learn how to work the pumps, the fire pumps.
The benefits have to be rewarding, however, in various ways.
It is. It is, to me, the rewarding. Obviously not monetary, because we don't get a dime.
Right.
Which is not why we do it. We do it for the sense of community. At least that's what I do, helping
Sure.
others, and hopefully you pay it forward. You have people come after you that are as committed and want to help their neighbors as much as we do.
If someone is interested in one or another, heading into a burning building or not, or driving, or various other capacities, would be interested in volunteering, what should they do?
We have a membership committee comprised of some of the officers and other members that, if someone wants to join, they got to file an application. And you can either come here to the firehouse. Like I said, there's somebody always here. We
Okay.
can give you an application, or you can go online to our corporate website and click on the fire department icon and fill out a request for an application. We'll email an application to them.
Okay, Lake Fire and Rescue
Yes.
website. All right. Okay, got it. All we do is wish you and your mates in the fire department a great deal of thanks, obviously, on behalf of the community, not only this community, but surrounding communities, and thanks for all you do and have done My God, these last years since the formation, and wish you absolutely all continued success, because your success is our success, needless to say, in the community.
I'd like to thank you, Ron. I'd like to also say that we're very fortunate, the whole corporation, not just the fire department, to have such a symbiotic relationship with LMOA.
Yeah.
We're technically not part of the lake, we're not part of the county, but we have such a great relationship with the board of directors, general manager, and the whole LMOA staff that it makes our jobs a lot easier.
No,
It really does.
Well, that's great. We have been talking to Lake Monticello Fire Chief Rich Constantino, to whom, again, we wish our thanks and all best of success. We hope that you'll join us again for future programs on Channel 977 or up on YouTube at Lake Monticello Owners Association. For the LMOA Broadcast Group, I'm Ron Krause. Thanks for watching, and good day.